good day to be alive. I'm out here at Columbia Hills State Park in Washington, eastern Washington, on the Columbia River Gorge. And as my backdrop this morning, I have Mount Hood off in the distance. We have cattle ranch in the background. I can hear the cows talking to one another as they graze on the fields this morning. Can feel the mounds of earth underneath my feet shifting as I push my mat into the ground and get myself ready to just stretch out and take a few deep breaths and, play around. This is what I like to call GTFO yoga, otherwise known as get the fuck outdoors. And we've got so much natural beauty surrounding us. It's one of the things that we like most about living in the Pacific Northwest. But oftentimes we get so wrapped up in our daily lives that we don't take advantage of all of the beautiful areas that we have surrounding us. So I took a little drive this morning just to get a little further away from the base than I normally do. But I think that you guys can see why. And as you see the sun starting to, peek out from behind those clouds, and the fog lift out of the valley, you're going to be able to see a lot of the high plateaus and some of the deeper valleys, looking back toward the city of Portland. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think we're just going to start in a basic Tadasana mountain pose. We're here, we're with the mountain. We're going to try to channel that energy. Don't forget to keep, all 10 toes rooted down into the ground. I mean, it's really easy for me because the ground is a little squishy underneath my feet, which is nice. But again, feet about, maybe just a couple inches apart. You want to keep your hips square. Make sure that you keep that pelvic bowl tilted up so that you are keeping everything in balance. Your shoulders over your hip, your heart over your hips, and your shoulders rolled back, your hands out, collecting that energy, head up. Easy, relaxed breath in and out. On the inhale, we're going to bring the arms up into a volcano pose. Take a few deep breaths here. In and out. On the exhale, we're going to drop the arms down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, back to mountain. I'm going to rotate. Inhale, exhale, in and out of mountain and volcano. Up the pace a little bit. Here's where we can start to just invite that Ujjayi breath in, the ocean breath in the back of the throat. On the next inhale, up, we'll hold. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause to reflect on why I took my trip this morning and maybe why you are joining me on the mat to enjoy this practice today. Now's a good time to set an intention if that's something that you are interested in. I invite you to do that. But it's also important to note that you need to have no additional purpose other than to be here now and to enjoy this time that you've made for yourself. So, my mantra is always, if the mind is willing, the body will follow. That's kind of what I'm hoping. So, I didn't plan this particular sequence out, so we'll see where it leads today. On the inhale, we'll bring our arms up. We're going to just step to the side of the mat, Bringing our feet all the way to the edges of the mat. Arms up high, and we'll reach down for our first forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Bend the knees, get the abdomen right down to the thighs. If you've got to bend your knees all the way, that's okay. Hands down. Don't forget about the breath. Inhale. Inhale to rise. Arms up. Stretch that out. Arms to the side. We're going to take our first step forward with our left foot, okay? About midway up the mat. We're going to step into our first warrior one. So we want to get our hips square. We want to have a nice bend in the knees. We want to have our knee over our ankle. We want to have our heart over our hips. We want to have our shoulders over our hips. We want to make sure that we keep this right hip pocket tilted in. Have a tendency to kind of lean out of that, so keep that tilted in and make sure that we're aligned forward like two skis. You can either have your hands on your hips. So we take a couple of breaths in. Feeling brave, you can rise up. Inhaling and exhaling, hands back to the hips. Step up to the mat, top of the mat, bring the feet together, and we'll step back with our left foot into the warrior one on the opposite side. You want to have a nice bend in that knee. Again, same deal. You can lift your ankle off of the floor, your heel off of the floor, and sink down just a little bit. Keep that pelvic bowl tilted up. Make sure that we're bringing our core together, bringing the belly button in toward the spine, the Uddiyana Bandha. Making sure that we're keeping that left hip crease turned in. We have good alignment, and we're lined up like skis, headed forward. Taking our breath in and out. Inhale, maybe we're rising up. Next exhale, hands to hips, step to the top of the mat. Let's bring our hands all the way down to the mat and come into a plank position. I like the plank. I like building core strength. I like challenging myself. If this position is too difficult, you can bring the knees down. Again, you want to keep those toes curled up underneath. Just build a little awareness there. All 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Make sure that they're all connected. Try to really root down into the earth since we're here and we're close. And we can just drop the knees down, drop the chest down, lie down. And we're going to press our way up into our first baby cobra. Exhaling down. Inhale to rise, baby cobra. Exhale to relax to the mat. Lifting up from our hips, we'll move into our first downward dog. Keep all 10 fingers planted into the ground. Push, lift with your hips. Keep your knees bent, your back long, extending from the base of the spine all the way through the neck and the head. Inhale, exhale to step forward to the top of your mat. All the way up. On the inhale, exhale to adjust your shirt. We don't take things too seriously here. Shake it out a little bit. Roll those shoulders back. First the right circles, then the left. We'll do that together. Back to the center of the mat. And from here, I think we're just going to find a little kickstand on the right foot. We're going to move into a tree pose. We're going to start to bring our left foot over to our ankle, just making sure that we're finding solid ground. Like I said, it's a little loose underneath me here, so make sure you find a really comfortable place to be. Keep your legs loose. Don't lock your knee. Bring your left leg over onto the ankle, onto the calf, all the way up onto the thigh, if that is something that you are interested in. It's much more difficult for me to keep that there without having the benefit of skin-on-skin contact. Oh my. So I may just stay here today, wearing pants. I normally wear shorts when I do this yoga, but it's a little chilly out. It's in the 40s right now, but I feel good here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hang here for a second. We'll take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Maybe on the inhale, bringing our arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feel that prana, that energy, that right body, that left body energy coming together. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for being here for you. And we're gonna exit exactly the way that we came in. We're just gonna slide our leg back down, all the way down to the ankle, get our placement on our left foot there. Stretch it out a little bit. And we're gonna start to bring our right foot over, find a little kickstand there, down at the ankle. We already know we're not going all the way up today, so we're just gonna start by bringing our ankle all the way up to meet our calf. Careful not to put pressure on the knee. Keep the knee bent, hands on the hips, shoulders back, keep the jaw loose. Ooh, I'm a little wobbly today. How about you? If you fall out, that's okay. Don't take things too seriously. You know, we're just here to enjoy the experience, and sometimes that means starting over and over and over and over again. So if it takes a second to get yourself there, get yourself into that nice little tree pose. And when you're ready, let's bring our arms up over our head on the next inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Exiting the same way that we came in, all the way back down to the ground. And turning toward the long side of our mat. We are going to step forward into our left foot, back with our right, back into warrior one. Get the knees over the ankles, get that good posture going, and then when you're ready, on the inhale, arms up. Exhale to warrior two. Sink down into that knee, bring your back right leg to a 90-degree angle. Arms up high, straight in front of you. Gaze is long and way out in front. We can see for miles and miles and miles from here. Exhale, back to warrior one. Hands to heart. Step to the top of the mat. Hands to the ground. Plank. Knees down, chest down, lie down. Baby cobra. Inhale, exhale. Return. Inhale. Exhale to return. And press all the way up into our last and final downward facing dog, all the way up on the tippy toes if you can. And keep pedaling it out. Find a good place, get that spinal alignment. Get your knees down, get your belly down to your thighs. Walk it out. Nice stretch going. Inhale to rise and step to the top of the mat. Stop all the way up. Step back with the left foot, placing the right down, back into our warrior one. When you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale to warrior two. Get a nice bend, pulling the legs together, keeping the legs active, rising up, keeping that energy all the way in the middle of the core. Exhale back to warrior one. Inhale, step to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise halfway. Exhale to fall. Hands down to the ground if you can. Fingers, knuckles, nice generous bend in the knees. Inhale to rise. Back to the side. What's that view look like now? Still pretty amazing, right? I'm just going to take a few minutes here. I just wanted to get the blood flowing. We're going to do anything too serious today. Thank you for joining me. We're just going to take a minute to close out our practice with a little moment of relaxation in Samastitihi. Hands together at the heart, feet together, toes together, big toes together, shoulders rolled back, hands together at the heart. Deep inhale in and out. You friggin' rule. You made it all the way here. You got to come to Columbia Hills with me. You dedicated at least 15 or 20 minutes to your physical and mental health. You made yourself a priority today, which is important, and it's hard to do at times, and we are not kind to ourselves when we should be. You are loved, you are appreciated. If you have time to stay a little longer and reflect, now is a great time to move into a meditation or move all the way down to the floor for a savasana or corpse pose to close out your practice. For me, I'm going to get my shoes back on and I'm going to hit the trail. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate you.